Greetings, fellow traders. Bowman here. It's time for the Lunchtime Market Update for Friday, March the 5th, 2021. I hope everybody's having a great trading day today. Brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice, so please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Good. All right, let's check through the market here today. So SPX, we were up 30 points a second ago. We just got a little bit of a 7-point pullback right there. So still hanging in here. Month is still red. Weekly chart, again, still getting that follow through off of that dark cloud cover, but a bit of a bounce right here. The big move, right, is this this inside day right here. We're kind of pushing up pretty well off these lows. Like we said, guys, there's a potential that this is an ABC move right here. We're kind of holding the 886 for a potential move up. So let's see how that goes here for the SPX day. Let's take a look at the SPY and see what kind of volume we got coming in here today on this inside day going into next week. So pretty low volume compared to yesterday's sell-off style, but again, we're still above the trend box low. So let's see if they continue to rally this thing. Let's take a look at the. Let me take a look at the SPX here, guys. I want to show you the wave count on this one, just kind of show you what we're seeing here today. So far, so good, right? So right now, we're basically bouncing off of these levels right here. So we have this A that we talked about yesterday, this B move, and then the C down move here off of the 886. So it's looking pretty bullish right here. And if we kind of zoom in a little bit here, what we can see is this last pullback here this morning actually looks like another subwave, another 1-2 down. Right, so we kind of had that nice gap up here today, nice push, and then a retrace here to the 886 again, right, and continue to work its way up. So it's possible we got kind of this 1-2 type move here off of the larger 1-2, and maybe gearing up for a bigger move up. Again, I'd like to see us get it back over the upper trend line and see where we go from there, right? Back over the 50-day moving average, back over the EDMA, and see if this market can really get going, right? So that's those are the big things that we're checking here. So S&P futures, let's take a look and see. So a couple good opportunities here today using some of our techniques. So you can see here our levels, really good stuff. Big bounce off of the overnight lows, right? We were generally kind of leaning bullish going into today. This is fast, sharp down move was tough to contend with. It's tough to be like, hey, this market is bullish when we're just have a huge impulsive move to the downside. So we still want to keep an eye on it right here, just kind of see how it holds, right? I mean, this could be an impulsive move down right here. This still could be an A, B, C type move. So it's a little bit tricky on this one. So definitely an impulsive move up right here. So let's just see if it can continue to rally into the end of the day and where we go from there. In the meantime, we're going to check our geometric levels here on the MES and see how those hold. So we can see here, one of the things we could do is actually just this last one here that stretched out, we could actually just kind of push it over here. That would be a valid level, and this one would be valid too. So let's just kind of keep an eye on that right here. And really, if you look at it, we're really just triangulating right now. So again, but it makes sense, right? Because we have an inside day, which are typically triangles, right? So good stuff there. So keep an eye on these geometric levels going into tonight and into the weekend. Those could be interesting ones as well. Let's take a look at the Qs here this morning. So again, Qs, nice rally back. We talked about the triangle here this morning. We retested right here. It's a bullish move here, right? Triangle breakout and a retest and a bounce. But that was all pre-market. They took all the fun out. Then they sliced through the levels here this morning for a triangle breakdown, and then they're back through it here again today. So just wild price action there. The IWM, again, we're still a little bit low on this one here. Triangle breakout again, retest, and then a bounce. All pre-market, all the fun pre-market. Although we did get a breakdown here and a retest and a down move there. And now it looks like we're just setting the impulsive wave up. So still under the 15 orb though on the IWM. Keep an eye on the XLF. This is a big deal, right? So yesterday we bounced off the megaphone bottom. We pointed this out in the bubble report the other morning. Right now we're kind of contending with this prior bow and arrow resistance and support. Now it's serving as resistance. This is what we talked about as a line in the sand right here, guys. So again, the XLF has had trouble getting above this. So if we continue to push down below here, we may see another pullback here this afternoon. So come on, XLF, get above that level and help this market work its way up, right? Let's take a look at Apple here this morning. So Apple gave a couple moves for us here at the open. Really sharp moves. A nice 15-hour breakdown here this morning. The retraces were really good today, right? They gave us some good moves, and we were generally trending down. So a lot of the moves were shortable until the trend started to shift back up, right? So that was a good one there. Tesla is one of those ones that did have a nice trend shift here today. Let's take a look at it here. Some members actually capitalized on this quite nicely right here. I really like this one. It's kind of like a little bit of a bull flag. This pullback was great right here, and then some nice volume came in here finally with a great move to get to the 15-hour blow. Right, so that was a great trade opportunity there on Tesla. So good stuff there. A couple other ones that were on the radar today. Of course, we've got Oxy, guys. We pointed this out in the bubble report this morning with an unusual gap up here this morning. And it was actually actually quite bullish for us here at the open. It gave a nice 20% move at the open. You can kind of see it right here, that big green 15-minute candle. But once it started to pop here, right, Oxy got going and gave a little bit of a 15-hour breakout on that one. Then it kind of shifted trend and blah. So we didn't see the great follow through, but the oil sector was nice and strong this morning to give a little bit of tailwind for an opening trade. Speaking of Tesla from earlier, we got baby Tesla right here, so mini Tesla. So NIO. Gave us some short opportunities on this one here this morning. Very, very nice volume came in here into the 15-hour breakdown. So we had a nice candle right here that gave us a nice drop right here, and then it continued to get to our target. NIO is notorious for giving some sharp moves, so don't be afraid to take profit on that one if it gives a quick move for you. Facebook's another one that we looked at too. So Facebook with kind of a wild move right here. We really like this breakdown area right here. It gave one other breakdown opportunity there before squeezing itself up here into the afternoon, which is pretty epic. So it gave a nice move right there as well. Facebook, this is on our kind of our bullish radar today. I think I mentioned it yesterday. This has been prone recently to some pretty big spikes intraday. So it's been given some nice moves if it sets up and if you can catch it. So good stuff there, guys. We got a couple chart requests out here. So let's take a look at those. So one of those is SPCE. So let's take a look at this one here. Let's go to the daily chart and see what it's doing. By the way, yeah, Facebook just kind of overall chopping around on the daily chart. So SPCE, again, continued downside action right here. I think Chamathur had reduced like some holdings or dumped his position on it, and so anyway, it's back down to the 200-day moving average. So let's see how that holds there. We got a lower shadow off of that one. Let's see if that can hold. If not, look for some downside. We pointed this out on the bearish radar here this morning, even without knowing what was going on with it in terms of the news. Nice doji sandwich down here on Zoom today. It's given a couple little dip buys on it, but again, still kind of concerning here. Overall with the daily candle being under the 200-day moving average. PLTR, again, got some downside action here, but what a big dip buy on this one here today. So, again, but still under the 80 MA, so it's tough to be bullish on it overall. Snow after earnings the other day, again, showing some kind of rough downside price action on that one. Microsoft, now this is an interesting one, guys. There's a lot of red charts today. There's a lot of red candles today, but not Microsoft. Microsoft is green. Well, it's actually yellow on this one because it's an inside day. But this thing's pushing over the 80 MA right here, and it might not even finish with an inside day. That's pretty interesting there for Microsoft. We haven't seen that type of relative strength in a while. So good stuff there. And one more, we got BNGO. Let's take a look at it. So BNGO. So we're right at the 618, right? So this is a nice lower shadow with this one right here, but you got some cloud stuff to deal with. For me, I just kind of keep an eye on it, see what it does, see if we can get a high volume candle to pierce into the cloud. You also have earnings coming up on this one too, so a little bit of caution there. So maybe after earnings, we can get over the 80 MA and over the cloud, this thing could work its way up. Otherwise, may see the 200-day moving average, so a little bit of caution off of that. Then we consolidate for a while and then get going. So tricky name, but definitely one to keep an eye on. So good stuff, guys. I really appreciate the request. I hope everybody's an awesome rest of your trading day today. We'll see you guys at the market wrap.